This is a broadcast of love and light. Welcome to Quantum Conversations. Our program starts shortly. You're listening to the music of the plants. This is plant music, created specifically for this broadcast. The energetic signature of a Christmas cactus plant was picked up and converted into musical notes. This is the consciousness of the plant coming through to raise our vibration. As we know, plants are here to support us with high vibrational energies. Enjoy this plant music activation for self-love.
And I thought, I'm in the wrong thing again because I'm trying to hurry.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been an activation for self-love. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. This is another Quantum Conversation. I am here with my guest today, and we look forward to inspiring and empowering you on a whole new level. I love this conversation today because we continue to discuss New Earth and New Earth businesses, and that's what my guest, Lynn Brody, does. Lynn is special and interesting in her background. She has the Akashic records of the goddess Isis and Shahara, the goddess of healing on Atlantis. And this wisdom is one that assists her in helping you, being a guide to you too. She truly is a professional alchemist, and we're going to learn about our own alchemy. Lynn, hello and welcome, welcome.
Hello, Lynne. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you having me on, and I'm looking forward to interacting with everyone and hearing from everyone as they call in and dial in today.
Yes, you will be taking questions. Beautiful. So anybody who is on our phone, *2 will get you to the line where you can be unmuted and share your voice with us. All right, so Lynn, here we are. I want to just say thank you for being flexible. We are currently in a Mercury retrograde, and we felt it just now. And I thank you for doing a little time zone leap with us. Welcome.
Absolutely. I think it's more of a galaxy leap, too. Yeah, it certainly is. Because Mercury, of course, about, confusions in communication and, double checking everything and whatnot. And I'm glad I had blocked off the time, to have, so that when you called me, that it all worked out. And so,
yes.
But hey, it is, it's just, Mercury retrograde at its finest of thrown a little monkey wrench in there of things, but that's okay because it worked out. It's nice.
It is, and
Yeah.
I always like to laugh at it, and we can start this movement where we just say, thank you for that Mercury retrograde moment. Yes, as we can come together because of Mercury retrograde. So it kind of releases the any blame or guilt or shame, right? And it lets us roll and have fun with all of it. So that's what,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So this is what we want to do today as well. We really want to help people in their business or moving forward in a new way. And what makes Lynn so special is that she works on multi-dimensional levels. And Lynn, you yourself have some mystic skills. And let's talk about that because you can teleport and bilocate, and you have binaural audio repatterning embedded in your voice. All right, so tell us about these abilities and what you do with the 12th dimensional Christ consciousness energy.
Okay. Thank you. And aside for those, I also have all 4 psychic gifts, and am a portal for flow for the 12th dimensional Christ consciousness energy. And so in the way that I work with people, and what has really evolved over time is that some of my gifts were apparent to me, and some of the things, and then other things have shown themselves and appeared as I grew and developed, and in working with different mentors. And I know that you're all very familiar with Judy Talley. We all love Judy. And I worked with Judy for about 2 years. Actually, I would have a session with Judy every 2 weeks for a year and a half. So you know how powerful that is. And Judy really helped me. Mm-hmm. Oh, she really helped me unearth a lot of in remembering who I was and bringing forth all of these gifts. So, big hugs and kisses to Judy of helping me move forward in a lot of the different things. And so one of the things that innately inside of me that I have always known is, and in the energy processes that I do and flow out to people, I call it the flow zone, and putting you into your flow state, is that, and part of, you can tell as I start to talk about my purpose and my gifts, that my voice drops down and the resonance in my voice becomes deeper, and that's my soul voice. As opposed to, when I'm talking in a much higher pitched voice and talking and excited and thinking too much, which is my head voice. So when you drop into your soul voice, and I drop into my soul voice, the resonance of the different decibels and keys of being able to shift your biofield, and audio repatterning of your biofield comes forth. And that's one of the things that people find really interesting and really helpful, because that's something that's just happening innately while we're also doing that I'm working with you, or if I'm speaking to groups and happening, and I combine that together with pulling the 12th dimensional energy, flowing that into me, the golden light of the Christ consciousness level into me, and flowing it out to others to help them, what I call, open the door to your soul. It's that elusive door that most people can't find, that they've only seen glimpses of. And when that door is open for you and you walk through, and I teach you how to harness and grab onto the energy and be able to direct it in the path that you want it to go into, to help you move forward exponentially in growth of yourself and your goals. It's really something quite astounding for people. And I am very blessed to be given and remember these gifts that I have and bring them forth to others to help others and to shift, to really, for them to ripple out and to help shift the world and the universe, of course, as well, in the magnification of raising their frequency and their vibrations. Mm-hmm. And I do that for both individuals as well as companies and businesses.
Yes, that's what we love. That's where we'll see real change in the world as people are connected to that door of their soul, to their higher self. In places of corporations, we'll start to see the changes towards more humane systems and policies. So that's promising. I really do love that. All right. So, yes, opening and walking the door to the soul. It's very interesting that you said some people are not aware of it. What do you think, out of the clients that you've worked with, what are some of the blocks that keep people from making that connection?
Oh, I would have to say that people through time and, either through childhood or bringing forth with them from a previous lifetime or aspect of themselves, that they've put armor around their heart, and because they're trying to protect themselves. Mm-hmm. And that blocks you from moving forth in a balanced approach. It actually, while they think they're protecting themselves, it's actually keeping people and everything that you want at a distance from you, as opposed to it pouring in and you just being magnetic and attractive and coming into you. And that is one of the things that from previous life, an aspect of myself of being Shahara, the goddess of healing on Atlantis, that's something innately, a process that no one ever taught me, but I just know how to do in the energy work with people, in removing the armor around your heart. And people feel it in different ways. Sometimes it's a process. Maybe sometimes it's more than one session as we're going deeper and deeper into the removal of it. Sometimes it's in the very first time where people feel it pop off and just a blissful, glorious flooding of energy across their chest and their heart, and an opening that they always knew and that they sensed was there, but they really just couldn't quite grasp what it was that was blocking them. Most people always say to me, Lynn, I've worked on, I've done personal development work, I've worked with coaches, I've gone to therapy, but I'm always still stuck. And it's because they haven't worked on their energetic bodies, and they haven't worked on removing the armor from around their heart, which is what brings people to having that sense that they're lacking in clarity and what I call a general sense around the world that people are longing for belonging. They're wondering, where do I belong? Where's my tribe? Why can't I find my tribe? Why can't I find people that love me for who I am, that are accepting of me for who I am? But the reason is also, it's kind of a counterintuitive type of thing. The reason is because they've got that armor around their heart. They've shielded people from knowing truly who they are and what is deep in their heart. They've shielded people from feeling that energy ripple out from their heart of who they are.
So I wonder if you could lead us, not at the moment, we can get there in a moment, but this notion of opening to the door of our soul and removing that armor. I know it's really a personal thing, but so many are ready to really be magnetic and attractive. So we can do that later because it really is an energetic experience and it's something that we do on ourselves. Are there any other areas around the body that you've seen where people can get energetic blockages?
Absolutely. I always call it the Trinity or the trilogy, and it goes along with being blocked in the heart chakra, but it is in the solar plexus, which is your personal power, and it can affect your self-esteem and self-worth. And so if you have energy blockages in your solar plexus and you're not standing in your personal power and have taken back your personal power, people can feel that and people can sense that. And so it's going to keep you in a state of being less magnetic and less attractive. Just think about, you're in a room full of people and someone walks in and there's just this kind of air about them that they're very confident. They're very magnetic, and I don't mean in an overt way, which is kind of in an icky way, that they're, but then they're in a very narcissistic way, but in a very just comfortable with who they are. And they have harnessed their personal power. They have taken back the personal power that's their divine right that they were born with. But that through childhood or past lives or different aspects of yourself may have been not really stripped from you, but kind of left in a dormant state, just waiting to remove that blockage, to reclaim that personal power. And the third part of it, that goes with your throat chakra, which is about finding your voice. So if you're not standing in your personal power and you haven't removed the armor from around your heart, you're not going to be able to express yourself in a way and speak your truth in a way where those that should be the most magnetic to you and that are your tribe and all of the people around you, they're not going to be able to hear you. They're not going to be able to feel that energy. So that's why I call it the Trinity and kind of the or trifecta, trilogy. I seem to do everything in threes. Which is also an innate thing that I've never really thought about, but it always seems to work out that way. Something that I just know is supposed to be.
All right. Well, that feels really good, and I think people can sense in their own way, listening to you speak, how they have put armor around the heart. So you work with people. I can hear a question. How would they know? Again, it's as simple as looking at wounds. It could be a very simple wound, but when you remove that armor, is it the experience or the pain of it to remove it?
No, you don't. Not necessarily. It's an energetic process that I do in working in removing the blockages in those areas, and then a process around your heart and your heart chakra. And people would know if they're blocked there by mostly the people who are like, I've been hurt before and I'm just too afraid to let people in. I don't let people get as close to me as I should or I once did. And that is one of the telltale signs of it, more overt, that people are more aware of. But as they're listening to us here, Lynne, and they're thinking about it, they may start to kind of piece together and realize and maybe go, oh, I wonder if that's where I'm stuck. I wonder if, because it just seems like ever since that situation, or I remember when I was a child, or I remember that relationship and being in a really bad breakup, or feeling that betrayal of someone, and something inside me just closed down and just closed off from the world, closed off from others, and we've all had situations like that. It's part of our learning process and part of our growth, and how, but it's how we learn to work with it, to recognize it, and to be able to work through it. And this is one of the things and ways to be able to work through it and go forward. And it's one of the things that I experienced also. As you know, we're all here to our purpose and what it is that we bring forth, and the gifts that we bring forth are part of what we have to learn ourselves. So so that was something that, I went through and did as well. And when it was removed, the armor from around my heart and my breastplate, and was removed, all of a sudden I was like a huge people magnet. It was like, wow, I'm kind of the same person that I was before, other than this unmasking of my heart, of truly, deeply who I am in my heart, so that people can feel that energy, frequency. It's like the unspoken language between us humans is the frequency vibration of what we feel from others. And once others could feel that frequency vibration emanating off of me and offering to them, they were really coming forward, and it was, it's very nice. It's something very special to experience, and a wonderful way to be able to go forth in the world and live.
I think that is a requirement, actually. It is a requirement, and we are wakening up, awakening to that truth. So all of this is within us, and we talk a lot about knowing what we know within ourselves, and you do that with your clients. And how do you see that unfold for them? It really is through the sacred heart. And how would you describe the conscious mind in the process? You see that getting in the way, but we really have to let that take a back seat and be an observer.
Absolutely. And so your sacred heart, and some call it your soul, but your sacred heart, that's the door that I'm talking about. In opening that door where you can walk through, and all of the information that you were born with, everything from all aspects of yourself, from past lives, the answers to all of your challenges, because you've lived through these challenges in past lives, and that is all there for you, and it's in your sacred heart, or your soul's map, something that I translate and read for you as we go forth in the energy processes when you're in there. And I always tell people later on, have a conversation with your soul after the session. have a conversation with your soul. And while that's all open in the energy, and I've taught you how to kind of direct the energy and ask your soul any of the questions that you've ever wanted to know the answer to, and it will answer you. And if you find yourself going, well, or but, that's your head trying to push it out, your soul's answer out of the way. Don't listen to that. It's the very first thing that you feel and that you sense and that you hear. And just stay with that. Because I like to say, follow your soul, it knows the way. Because it does. It's who you are. Your sacred heart is who you are. Your physical body is just like your car. It just is wrapped around your sacred heart, your soul, to carry it from place to place on this physical planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, so as you see people connect more and more to their sacred heart, to their soul, to their higher self, isn't that interesting that they get, once they hear that voice or sense it or feel it, the connection is made and it just strengthens from there. Isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely. And they can use that and, for anything that they want. I mean, I've seen people, people usually always come for something that they want. But what happens in the process is that first they're given what they need, and what they need to clear the path to be able to move forward and to get their desires and that their wants. And sometimes those wants, they're not even there anymore. It's completely changed of what they want, because they are also feeling the true essence and vibration of their sacred heart. Because the armor is muffling it for them too.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
something people don't think about.
Right, and so the energetics of that and how it broadcasts out. And the thing is, some are not even aware of it, but it really is the wound of love that puts the armor around the heart. But we chose this journey, so we are awakening to it and remembering ourself. Could you lead us on a special group experience to feel the essence of the Sacred Heart?
Oh, absolutely. It would be my honor and privilege to do so. It's so exciting. It's one of my most favorite parts, and because it's always a very glorious feeling. And so for everyone who is listening live or on the replays, I'm just going to give you a little bit of instruction here first. So you can be sitting, you can be lying down. It doesn't really matter as long as you're comfortable and you keep your physical body in an open state. And what I mean by that is don't cross your arms, don't clasp your hands together, and don't cross your legs, because that actually closes you off as an energetic being from receiving. But it's also a really good tip. You know, I always tell my clients, we all have those people that are challenging in our lives and we feel so drained after talking with them or being with them. And a really good tip is to keep all your fingertips together, and to close yourself off from them taking your energy or offloading any of their stuck negative energy onto you. Because really, they're doing it subconsciously. They're just in pain. They're just trying to get rid of it. They're not doing it on purpose. They don't even know they're doing it. But if you keep the tips of your thumbs together, then the tips of your index fingers, the middle to middle, the ring to ring, and the pinky to the pinky, and especially if you're on the phone, you use a headset, and then let them hang up first. Keep all those tips of your fingers together to close yourself off and to protect yourself. And you'll find that you feel so much better after being with them because they haven't pulled on your energy and drained your energy or given you any of theirs. And it works exceptionally well. But for today, because you want to receive, you're not going to do that. You're just going to stay in an open state. So I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth with sound, because the sound is a vibrational frequency and resonance within you to help prepare your vessel for the receiving. So here we go. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth with sound. Ah. And again. Ah. And a third time. Ah. And here we go. I am going to be quiet for just a couple of minutes while I pull all of the golden light into me so that I can, and that I then flow it out and pass it to you. Just stay relaxed. Know your higher self will take care of you, and just relax into it. Some people feel warm. Some people feel tingly. Some people see colors. Some people hear or see special messages. I had one person in a private session see me up over above them with huge angel wings. Everyone is going to have a different experience, and that experience is part of your soul map. And that is part of what I translate for people when we work together. So here we go. I'm going to get quiet for a few minutes and then send to you. Here we go. And with wings out, joyfully creating, this flow of energy is for you. And from my sacred heart to your sacred heart, as we flow through, your sacred heart and looking to start to open that door, remove the armor, and with the golden light flowing through you from your crown down into all areas and into each of your energetic centers in your chakras, your crown, galactic male, galactic female, pineal, pituitary, into your third eye. You can open your third eye as much or as little as you want, and at the speed of your choosing. I would go slow. You don't want it to just fly open. Might be a little much. And down into your into your well of dreams, which activates your spiritual skills and your energetic center of divine love. It's at the base of your skull. And as we go down into your throat, to your throat chakra, behind your throat chakra is where your sacred heart sits. Your sacred heart, or vis-a-vis your soul, sits behind your throat chakra, but in front of your spine. And down into your heart. And your solar plexus. And the golden light flows down, permeates and cocoons those chakras down into your sacral. The sacral I like to call the cradle of life, the center of your creativity. Down into your root. Have that golden light go down and divides. Goes down each of your legs. All the way down into your knees and your calves and into your feet. Feel the vibration in your feet, the opening of those chakras. Yeah, we have some chakras in our feet too, the energetic centers. It's what connects us to nature and the earth, which is why I say stand barefoot out in the grass or on the beach or out in nature to get a great connection. Go back and do a little more on your heart and the armor there. Okay, how was that?
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are connected. That was amazing. Even in my own experience, it was like I could see, it was like just an opening of just like, I don't want to say rusty doors, but they were like armor doors at one point. That was really interesting because I always thought I had cleared that, but there was something there energetically. So there are layers, would you say? Do we bring layers on, or are we done when we're done with this? What do you find?
We do have
layers.
Well, we do have layers. Some
Yeah.
people, everyone is different, you know. Everyone's different in their experience, and everyone's different in really, how much armor they've wrapped around their heart and the doors to kind of go through, of like a hallway of going this doorway and then that doorway. And So everyone is somewhat different. See, just like you had just said that you thought that that was cleared for you, but that you felt the door opening as well. And so while you're feeling it, and for everyone listening, and while you're in that state, you may be new at this, or depending, but you might, if you can try to grasp it, not in a male pushing energy sort of way, but grasp and direct the energy to what it is that you would like it to do. It does have an intuitive intelligence all its own, because it comes from the universe and comes from the divine, spirit, energy, God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever it is that you're most comfortable with, source of all being. Everyone has something different, but it does come from there. So it knows what to do. I can direct it and tell it what to do and insert some things into it. I don't necessarily like to, because it kind of means that I think I know better. But sometimes people want me to insert things in, like they want to have a better exercise routine or not procrastinate, or, some little things like that. But in general, it knows what to do. It knows how much to give to each part of your being to clear the path.
Yes. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Well, that was very special. Thank you. Comments, please, if you'd like to share. It's wonderful to give that feedback to Lynn, and let us know how you're doing. We'd love to hear from you. Callers, if you're on the phone, *2 will allow you to ask Lynn a question. As we get there, I've got a question, Lynn. You said
Sure.
your soul's map, that you can read people's soul map and translate it. This is what you do in sessions. Can you share what it is that you're doing when you read the soul map? What's going on? What are you seeing? What are you doing?
Well, in sessions, what we do is we talk for a little bit about your challenges, where you would like to go, and then we start to do the energy work and the processes. And just like through this, your soul has spoken to you, your sacred heart has spoken to you. And then I will ask you a series of questions where you felt it in your body, if there were any particular colors that you saw, and all of that forms the map of your soul's expression, of what your soul is trying to tell you and how to solve your challenge and your problem. And with my, I have all 4 of the clairs in the psychic abilities and the energy and intuitive abilities. One of my innate gifts is that I can take everything that you've told me that your soul has expressed and told you, and look to read that and give you the answer that your soul is telling you. And then we go deeper and we do more energy. And then we go through that again of talking about the experience you had, and because that experience is your soul's map, it's your soul's expression, and I'm translating that for you. And then we go deeper again a third time and do the energy again, and come back with more of your soul's expression, and read that and translate that for you. I'm also in the process removing blocks and the armor around your heart, and clearing any of the blockages in all of your 12, really 13 chakras, because there's a male galactic and your female galactic, and it's considered one, but it's kind of 12 and 13. I'm removing the blockages around each of those centers healing it and cocooning it in pristine golden light, and aligning everything together. And as we're going through in session and in talking, and maybe I might sing. I don't know. Shahara sometimes comes forth and wants to sing for the theta sound healing and recalibration of your biofield to ascend your frequency. It just depends, because in the singing there is the vibrational frequency of levels to help calibrate you, and then I'm teaching you how to have a conversation with your soul. Where most people are like, what? I should have a conversation with my sacred heart and my soul, and I'm like, yes, and because that's where your answers are. That's what you're trying to get to. That's what you want to know of. Different aspects of yourself has lived through this challenge that you have now, and so we can get to that answer without you having to continually go through the challenge.
Yes, hallelujah. Or the looping, right? The looping of that problem and the challenge. So that's why you're having the looping, is because you don't remember. Right. Yeah.
Right, I know. I'm glad you brought the word of the looping,
Okay. Well, beautiful work that you do. We're going to go now and chat with callers on the line. So let's first go over Detroit, Michigan, area code 3113. Hello. Caller, what's your name, please?
Hello?
Hello there, yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, what is my question? Where do you start with someone who can read the Akashic records?
Right.
Yeah, I guess I've been told I work with Holy Spirit and energy, and I've been told a bunch of different stuff. But I'm just wondering what if you could give me clarity on my lineage and how I might clear any blockages and use my best talents for this life.
Okay. What is your name? You didn't tell us your name.
My name is David. David Brody. Yep.
David, nice to meet you. Thank you for listening and for calling in. And while I've had my Akashic records read, I do not read Akashic records. Okay. I don't read Akashic records. I translate your soul's map for going forward of what your soul is trying to tell you in how to go forward. Much like, well, we don't use paper maps in the car anymore. Well, some people do, but like on your phone, where it's like this exit and this is how you get to your destination. This is where you go. This is what's blocking you. Traffic ahead. Go this way. You need to go in this direction, kind of thing. So I would need to have really because your soul is the one that's going to answer that question for you of the clarity in your lineages. And so it's something that you actually know the answer to, but that we would get to through opening the door to your soul. So let me ask you, during the process, what experience did you have? Did you feel at any certain place in your body?
Yeah, so I was interested in that the sacred heart was in the back of my neck. I've been injured in so many different places in my back and my neck, and especially, different lower parts of my back. So I felt an interesting twinge in the back of my neck when you said that about the heart chakra. And, my heart, the middle of my heart kept making, I get involuntary, movements of my body. It feels like someone else is moving my back, and that's what it felt like, where your wings would be.
Well, like I said, that, the energy flow knows where to go and where you need it the most. You said also that you kept feeling something in the middle of your heart. What was that? Can you describe that?
Well, to me, it felt like things got unbound and like there was an egg cracked, and then the heart spilled out.
Ah, congratulations, your armor. That's the armor coming off. So when you said the egg crack, the cracking open and being unbound. Good job. Really good job. Well, because some people, even though I'm going to do the energy in the process, it's up to you to welcome it in and accept it or not. So really good job.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. After I had that car accident and I hit my head really bad, I felt the Holy Spirit come in the back of my heart chakra so strong and through my hands, it scared the shit out of me, to tell you the truth. And then other people felt it, and they had like some experiences, and I didn't want any Dharma side thing going on with me, and I just asked it to like go away because it was really strong. Other people, when they would hold my right hand, they'd look over at me like, "What the hell was that?" When I would say the Lord's Prayer after the meeting or something, and so yeah, I asked it to kind of like go away, like a little bit.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really go away. It just kind of goes dormant and kind of backs up a bit. Because you were frightened by it. You were like, "Oh no!"
Well, it was like it would actually just animate my body as like a torquing of energy moving through me, and that was a trip.
Yeah. Well, because you felt the flood of people come towards you because they could feel it, and that scared you. So that's why you were telling.
Yeah. The whole thing about it is that, I've dealt with people that are considered mental health cases and stuff, and I deal with people in AA and like people who've come off of heroin and crack, and I'm sitting right next to them. So I deal with some of the energies that are like really strong. I feel like I'm a freaking, Green Beret, energetic sometimes, holding on to people, and I'm too damn empathic. So it's difficult sometimes, but I feel I'm there for a purpose.
Yeah, you need to learn, one of the things you need to learn that would make it easier for you is to learn how to have it pass through you like a screen door. Like the breeze goes through a screen door, so that you let it go and don't hang on to it. But your back.
I've gotten better at it, but it's still a trip.
Yeah, but your back being injured also, and along with the energies, is to me tells me it's kind of a thing like, hey, back up, people, get off my back. Kind of a step back and away from you. But the neck, did you feel the energy? You said in the back of your neck that you felt it, because that's
when
your
you said that about, I had never heard anybody say that it was in the back of your throat, like almost behind your thyroid or something. But thyroid, hypothalamus.
Most people think that their soul, or, we call it the sacred heart also, they think it's in your gut, because we always say, oh, I feel it in my gut, or a gut feeling. But it is actually in your neck and your throat, that, in the, front of your neck, at the bottom of it, where you kind of have that little hollow there, it's a portal in. And your throat chakra is there as well, but it sits behind your throat chakra, but in front of your spine. So it's very well protected, in all of that. So
I asked the question of Holy Spirit, and I got this like download of energy one time. I probably shouldn't have asked while I was driving I-75 at about 60, 70 miles an hour, but I got like this energetic. Like it looked like a download of light and color, and then sonic waves, like waving colors, and that was like it was a pretty powerful thing. I don't know how to interpret it, but it was so powerful. Just a little trickle of that Holy Spirit energy coming through, I just made me cry immediately. It was really. Why is it that I cry like that when I feel that Holy Spirit come in me? It's just amazing.
It's truth. It's your truth. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because you know what? First of all, because it's such a glorious, blissful feeling, and because it also connects and it shows you and it's telling you, this is who I am and this is what I really feel like. And it's so touching, and it's just like, oh, that's me. That's me. And, you know, subconsciously, in your soul, I mean, you know that, and it's really, but on the outside, in the physical world, we don't really know that, but it's showing you that and having you feel that every time, David. And so embrace that more, and it helps you move forward. It helps you with your clarity. You know, all those colors of light are the colors, of course, of the rainbow in the light spectrum, the energy spectrum, which is, you know,
and frequency.
Right.
The combination of light, color, frequency, and vibration that's how the Holy Spirit comes into the soul at the moment of conception. It was like the coolest thing I ever seen, and it happened in about 3 seconds, and that was like, wow. And
absolutely, because that is energy. That is what energy looks like. You know, which is why I say the frequency, you know, when you look at it in science, the frequency spectrum of colors is an energetic frequency spectrum of all of the different colors at the different levels of frequency. And so all of those levels of frequency and the convergence of all of that is coming into you. And that's what you were saying at birth when it comes in, and your soul is, that's it. That's what's coming in. And that's a wonderful gift to have, that you see that as people. And because what you're seeing is their lineage coming into them. Your original question was about clarity of lineages, but you are seeing the clarity of their lineage coming into them.
I started looking up my lineage, and my grandmothers are called Magdalene Marys, not Mary Magdalene's, but Magdalene Marys, which I'd never seen before, like for 3 or 4 generations, and it made me laugh. I was just, I know I should let someone else talk and speak. I really appreciate your time and energy, and, you know, I had the clarification of other people knowing and feeling that energy, so I didn't think I was just making it up in my mind. You know, that was a gift too, you know. And all right, well, we got to work with the Holy Spirit a little more.
There you go. Keep asking for it, but not when you're in the car driving so fast, so that you're not startled by it. And you know, as you're just sitting around, you know, someplace and at home, or you know, if
I was angry at God because I get attention from women, and I'm a handsome guy, but yet I found myself unable to be around certain people because, even though I was attracted to them, their energetics were so low and they were so off, and they had no freaking clue that they were so off, and you can't even explain it to them. I just got tired of it all. It's like,
that's
people
just
think
where they are. But that's
and I know, but it was like, it was a lot of work.
Journey.
I've actually met someone recently who was really powerful, and we laugh all the time, and it's been really funny. And all of these other people are all like judging it, and it makes me laugh because I mean, we both had near-death experiences, so it's funny. Like you kind of lose sight of what other people's judgments of what you do, you know.
Well,
thank you, David. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
We love hearing you. Yeah,
it was my honor. It was my honor and privilege to support you. Thank you for entrusting me with your essence.
Okay. If you ever get a chance, ask Archangel Azrael if he knows me. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right. The answer is yes.
Yeah, I was going to say the answer is yes. The answer is call in the aspect of yourself. That's Archangel Azrael.
Did you hear that, David? Call in the aspect of yourself that is Archangel Azrael. Yes. Beautiful. This is what becoming whole is remembering all these facets. Okay, well, let's take another caller. This time It is
Okay.
a caller I don't have a name for, but it says anonymous. And caller, you are unmuted. Do you have a question, please? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hi. What's your name?
Yes. Thank you so much. This is Elizabeth.
Hi,
And
Elizabeth.
I really appreciate. Whatever, however, you can read from deep, and however it can help me. What I'm seeking is my inner power and wholeness, and to be able to stand up and be who I am again, completely.
Aha. So, hello, Elizabeth. This is Lynn. Good to talk with you today. And
Thank you. And also, by the way, it is interesting because I do channeling, and always the channeler who was helping, it was Lynne, which like clients or people who are coming to see me, they lost their parents or something. They were connected to Lynne, which is interesting.
Oh, okay. That is interesting. And
and actually, my best friends are Lynne's too.
Oh, okay. So you're very connected to us Lynns in the world. So let me ask you a question. Just like I asked David, during the process, what did you experience when I did the energy process?
It was very whole. It was something that I didn't experience for years.
And the reason that I ask you, because just like I had told David and others, that is your soul expressing itself, and so because you were asking about your inner color and your wholeness, and our sacred hearts, our souls, we're all liquid golden light.
That's what I saw.
Okay. I was just going to ask you if there was any colors that you saw.
It was all exactly. It was sparks of light. It was white and light, and it was interesting. Of course, I did with many healers, the meditations they did, and they were very good healers. But this time, that's why probably I was very interested to talk. It was very. It was liquid light white.
Very nice. Good job. Good job in connecting and allowing the energy and connecting the energy in. And did you feel anything around your heart?
It is interesting because my heart, it was blocked for a long time, like the self chakra, and I worked on it a lot. Still I feel it again, and I think I'm sensitive to some energies, especially like my brother, which is controlling, and he has schizophrenia, and the energy, it's really, it's like abandoning. It's like I cannot move. It's like I can't do. I'm afraid. And he tries to take advantage of us, me or my parents and brother.
And this is where you need to reclaim your personal power.
Yeah.
In standing in your personal power, when you were saying about your wholeness before, and initially, and asking about your wholeness, and it's what I talked about earlier in the show about it being the Trinity together of your solar plexus, of your personal power. Reclaiming personal power is an area where people are stuck in the heart, and keeping armor around their heart to try to keep others out and try to protect yourself.
Yeah.
But then when those two are stuck, it prevents you from really speaking the truth of who you are and finding your voice. Because if you're not standing in your personal power and you can't feel that in your heart and others can't feel that in your heart, you can't express that either. So that's what's going to bring you back to the wholeness, and especially the personal power part of it, so that you stand in your own essence and your own energy, and do not feel kind of pushed around by your brother.
Yeah, if you can help me, I appreciate if you can help me with that.
Okay. Well, it would be a lot longer than just what we have on the show today. So if you wanted to work with me personally in one of the sessions, it'd be my honor and my privilege to support you.
Okay. However, you can help it right now, so I can see get some insight. I don't know, something that I don't know.
I think it's going to be a lot deeper. I think Lynn wants to go a lot deeper than we have time for. So sorry, Elizabeth.
It's okay.
But we hope that you felt that with the process today and feeling that essence on the group level. Sounds like you experienced something.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Mhm.
I thought it got disconnected.
No, we're here.
Mhm. Oh. Yeah, well, it was very good. It was excellent. And I thought, well, I raised just to say thank you. And if you can help even a bit over the phone, that's all. If not, I already knew those things.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Well, we're talking about the connection inward, the connection to that knowing of our knowing that comes from inside. And I love how you say it, Lynn. You call it tapping into the billions of bits of information that make us up. And it is learning to have that conversation with our higher self. So I love it because when people get used to that higher self voice, that really provides all of the answers. So it really is our mission here, isn't it, Lynn, to really learn to trust. And I know in the last time that we had our show, it really was the surrendering that was a key word, and allowing your gifts to come forward. So it's this trust and it's surrender. Would you like to add on that? Like there's other qualities. Passion's a good one. Truth.
They are all good ones. And, honesty, understanding, trusting in the essence of who you are, surrendering into that, and being honest with yourself about who you are and accepting that. Once you recognize and remember who you are and you acknowledge who you are, then so will everyone else. Trust in your essence and trust in your soul and surrender into that.
Mhm. Yes. The stronger we flex our muscle, or the more that we flex that muscle, the stronger it becomes. So the stronger that connection becomes. So it really is a beautiful journey. And I know that it's not always so easy. It may sound simple for people, but it's not always so easy. And that's why working with facilitators, someone who is there as a mirror, as a reflector, as someone that helps you see something that we may not see on our own inward journey, is why it's so important and helpful to have those facilitators. So Lynn, you've got personal sessions, and you've talked about those and the sacredness of them and the sanctity of them. Would you like to add anything else about a personal session with you?
No, just if you feel called feel deep inside of you, if you feel called to want to work with me, it'd be my honor and my privilege to be able to do so, and to help you forward in this journey of remembering who you are, opening the door to your soul, translating your soul's map for you, and teaching you how to be able to harness that energy. I know everyone loves to have energy work done on them, energy and the light brought to them. And that's one thing. But learning how, when it's brought to you and you have that feeling, to be able to kind of reach out to it and grasp onto it and be able to direct it and use it for a tool for what you want, which is really what you want, then I'd be more than happy to support you and to help you do that.
Beautiful. Thank you for working to awaken and assist humanity into this golden age that we are expanding into, the Aquarian age and the new earth and the new paradigm, which is ruled on love. The operating system is this love, and the soul essence that you, Lynn Brody, assist people in understanding. You are a beautiful guide for everyone's own success in that way. So I thank you for that. We have a question. This one, I don't have a name, but it was interesting. This person says that the process we experienced today was very relaxing and a great reminder of the soothing nature of the golden light. So let's remember that, everyone. No matter where we are or whatever we're experiencing, that was powerful where Lynn led us today, and we can access it at any moment. So the second part is a question to this comment. During a phone call, you were giving us tips on putting the fingertips together. And during a phone call, does crossing our legs also protect our energy in addition to touching our fingertips?
Well, it does help to keep you closed off, but the best way I've found is in the fingertips. But you can try it as an experiment both ways. The strongest way I have found that has worked for both me and for other people is in keeping together the fingertips. And if you notice, some people innately do that. If you go to work, and work in an office, because I worked in corporate America for decades, and I noticed that men innately did that in conference rooms while negotiating. They seem to put their fingertips together. And it wasn't until many years later that someone mentioned to me about the fingertips, and then I was like, oh wow, that's why, because they're standing in their personal power and they're keeping their energy to themselves and not allowing someone else to come in and take their energy from them or make them feel a certain way by giving them their energy. So I would say the fingertips work the best. You can do it in person when you're with people also. And people don't really actually even notice that you're doing it, because start noticing in the world how many people keep their hands together or their fingertips together, or you'll notice a lot more people do it than not of what you're thinking. Sometimes when you're in conversation with someone and they're in a chair, they kind of clasp their hands together. It's like people don't know what to do with their hands, or maybe just innately their energy tells them to put their hands together. More they're interlaced than their fingertips. But I would say you try both of them. You'll be able to tell in the feeling of your energy and your essence and how you feel in being with them.
Yes. How many of us, raise your hands, are sitting here with our fingertips together and feeling into that vibration? Quantum physics actually has a name for this. It's like somatic representation, where we are putting our body into a position like if you have your arms slung back over the back of a chair, that's a confidence move. Or if you really want to focus in your head, you could put your fingers to your head. Quantum physics is actually saying that makes people more confident and focused. So it's the somatics behind it. But here it is, keeping energy to ourselves. And I love that. What a beautiful tip. Awesome.
Yeah, it helps you hold on to your personal power and stand in your personal power. Especially in those challenging situations. Yeah, especially, in harnessing, when I talked about your personal power of your solar plexus and the self-esteem and self-worth. And that's why it works so well when, we all have those people in our lives that are challenging, whether they're family or friends we love them to death, but they make us feel so drained after being with them or talking to them. And if you keep all your fingertips together when you're with them and are talking with them, and you'll find when you leave that situation or the phone call that you don't feel all drained anymore. Because because they're trying, what they're doing is they're just trying to feel better, and they're trying to take your energy into them and to feel so much better. And part of life in this existence is, of course, we're all trading energy all the time, and in that energy giving to others and giving freely to others, but we don't want it to be to the detriment of taking too much away from our own essence and our own personal power. Because when that happens, you can't really give as much to others as you would like to. You're really just giving a diluted version of yourself and of your essence.
Yes. All right, a powerful tip. Stand in your power. Beautiful. All right, we are armed and ready. Armed in love. Armed in love. Beautiful. Okay, well, thank you so much for our time today, Lynn. As we say goodbye, I just want to allow you a moment to close with something that we didn't get to or inspiring.
Well, open your heart, lead with love. Let your love, who is the essence and energy of your golden light of who you are, ripple out to the world around you. As you do, each person ripples out to your friends, your family, your neighborhood, your city, your town, your state, your country. You help create a vibration for world peace.
Yes, that's how we do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lynn, Brody, for this quantum conversation. We are elated and we are connected. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day,
everyone. We'll see you again soon. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Lynn's special offer is available on the link on this webpage and any description box that you're listening to on our podcast. Thank you. And now it is time to have fun and feel the vibration of your soul essence as we dance our way to the cosmic heart. quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Lynne Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.